Good morning, Anthony from Restoring Movement. This morning I thought I'd go over a simple warm-up routine that you can do before even getting out of bed in the morning. So a lot of people, when we wake up, we commonly experience general stiffness throughout the body from having been sleeping for the last 6 to 8 hours. And oftentimes what we are experiencing is that stiffness is a result of nerves that are a little stuck or restricted throughout the body. That could be because of the position that we were sleeping in, or because of our day-to-day activities are relatively sedentary. Could be from old injuries. But ideally, we want the nerves to be able to slide freely through the body as we are moving. And if there are restrictions in that nerve's ability to slide, it can create stiffness, pain, numbness and tingling, and a general sense of weakness, just to name a few. So when we get up in the morning, before jumping out of bed, let's bring a little bit of movement, a little bit of motion into the nervous system by creating some simple, easy ways to get the nerves to start to slide back and forth like they are designed to do. So one of the things that you can experience right now is just bring your arms straight out to the side. Extend your wrists and your fingers back behind you. If you feel a little bit of tension or a pulling sensation, or perhaps any tingling or numbness in the hand, that might be nerve tension. One of the ways that you can maybe verify that it is nerve tension is that as you extend the wrist and fingers behind you, turn your head in the opposite direction. If those symptoms increase, they get more intense, the tingling starts to get more pronounced, then it's a good possibility that it is nerve tension that is what you are experiencing. So we can do the same thing with the lower extremities as well, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. One of the things that we want to be mindful of when we do this is we don't want to hold that tension like we would if we were stretching a muscle. Nerves don't like that. So you'll notice that as I am doing this, I extend the wrist and fingers, and then I back off. Extend the wrist and fingers, and I back off. And I'll do the same thing with the motion of the head. So as I increase the tension, and then I back off. And I'll do about 5 to 8 repetitions of those. So let me demonstrate what you can do while lying in bed, and just to get some movement back into those nerves before we get up and start our day. So lying in bed, just take one of the arms at a time and reach the fingers and wrist towards the floor. And again, notice how I am adding tension and then release. Adding tension and release. If you want to add a little additional enhancer to it, turn your head in the opposite direction. So it'll look like this. And again, you'll do that about 5 to 8 times each arm. For the lower extremities, it's going to look like a hamstring stretch, but it's actually not, most likely. Interlace the hands behind the thigh, bend the knee towards the chest, and then extend the foot up towards the ceiling. Once you start to feel a gentle stretch, go ahead and start to bring the toes towards the nose. And release. And release. And release. If you would like to add another answer to that particular one, you can bring your chin towards your chest as you're bringing the toes towards the nose. And that's asking the nerves to slide from head to toe. So it'll look like this. And again, about 5 to 8 repetitions each side. If you notice that one side feels a little more nervy or restricted than the other, that's okay. We can restore those sliding movements equally from left to right and from upper and lower extremities. The easier your nerves can glide through the system, the easier it is for you to move. Our nervous system's number one job is to ask, am I safe? And if it does not feel safe, it'll shut you down. It'll restrict your motion, your ability to move freely. It'll cause pain. It can cause tingling and numbness. It can cause a general sense of weakness. But probably most importantly is once the nervous system says, I am not safe, fear creeps into our thoughts. And we become apprehensive to do a particular movement or an activity. And when we stop doing things out of fear, then our body learns to not do those things. So let's restore a nice movement of our nervous system and allow ourselves to move freely and live the life that we want. I want to show you one more thing, and this is for the nerves as well too, but it's a nice way to open up the spine and get some movement through the spine. And this is going to be done lying face down in the bed. So coming down onto the bed on your stomach, forearms, be nice and proud through the shoulders. Don't allow yourself to slump. Press up, look up. And then just turn and look towards the foot. This side-to-side motion helps to waken up the spine. It puts a nice stretch through the front of the torso. If you're a side sleeper who likes to sleep in that fetal position, this is a nice way to open up that anterior portion of the body. And then I like to do head nods here, so looking down and up. And do that as much as you like until you feel like you're ready to get up. So I have a couple of other videos that go a little bit more into the nerve flossing as far as demonstrations of a variety of different techniques that you can do. There's a nerve flossing for upper extremities and nerve flossing for lower extremities. I also have one that you can do that helps open up the chest on a foam roller, so you can check out that video as well too. I hope this helps. Give it a try, and if you like what you saw and you want to like the video, I'd greatly appreciate it. Subscribe, and if you know of someone who might benefit from anything that I demonstrated today, please send it their way. Until we see you again, have a wonderful day.